Okay, and my point of view is that there are lots of weaknesses if participation is optional in class. First, for students, if some students do not participate in the class, then the other student may be distracted because they would wonder where their peers are doing outside or what they are doing right now. And for teachers, fewer students in class may decrease his or her teaching enthusiasm and influence the teaching quality and thus influence the students who take part in the class. And second, there is a maximum number of each course, and the courses are chosen by students themselves. It seems not fair to those students who want to take the courses but fail to select due to the limited number. If students who take the course don't participate in the class, they chosen by themselves. And third, according to a research, 大学学生学习投入与学习进行关系之研究 participating in class can help construct students' confidence in learning. And if the students are confident, they will be more willing to learn, and therefore they can learn more efficiently and effectively. In other words, if students don't participate in class, it will reduce their learning efficiency, and also they will be less willing to participate in higher challenging study activities if they are not confident. Thank you.
Okay, let me check the reason why you support class attendance should be required. Shouldn't be optional.
Again, I don't remember what you mean.
Let me check the reason you support your side. First, you think attendance can help students' grades.
Yes.
And second, you think if students skip the class, may let the teachers lose their enthusiasm.
Yes.
And third, students can get confidence when they go to class, right?
Yes.
Fourth, you think if the students don't go to class, will distract other students in class, right? And five, you think students in class, if they get this class and don't go into and skip class, it's not fair for someone who doesn't get the class.
Yes, because the one who really want to choose the course, maybe they can learn more in the class rather than the others.
I know you what you mean. That first question is if teacher teach really bad, and students skip the class, maybe can let him know how terrible he is. Isn't it a good thing? Maybe he can improve their teaching.
I know, but if you know the teacher is really bad, so why should you choose his class?
Thanks. want to share my second statement. My statement is you shouldn't have to go to class if the class doesn't challenge or inspire you. If the professors always read the textbook only, that means we can read the textbooks by ourselves, so we don't have to go to the class. And nowadays, college students are always busy with lots of activities, such as the practice for a culture cup, a cheerleading contest, or preparing for the welcoming camping or some other clubs. And that means if we can skip the class because the professor always says some nonsense, and we will have better time management. According to Jeffrey, the reporter in the weekly newspaper at New York University, if the professors can challenge or inspire us, you shouldn't have to go to the class. Thank you.
You said that students can read books themselves, but as you know, our textbook is all in English. How do you make sure that they could? English is not our mother tongue. How do you make sure the student can understand it and teacher may interpret in some better way?
Initially we can read but ourselves, but if we can understand, we can optionally go to the class because we don't understand. But if the professor just always talks about the yes, so we can skip.
Yeah, but if you skip a class, then you don't know how them interpret them. So you think it's optional. Okay, that's okay. And you mentioned extracurricular activities, so you have a better time management. But if students can't go class, maybe they sleep so late, and how can they call good time management?
If I think maybe everybody have the experience that oversleep, and so if you just oversleep, just give the class, but if the participation is not optional, then student will pressure to go to the class, so they may have pressure that not sleep late. Can you say it?
If the participation is not optional, then they have the pressure, so they will force themselves to go to the class.
But if you are tired enough, so you go to the class and you sleep there.
Yeah.
And that's the same meaning when you are sleeping in your dorm room. So why not just skip the class and stay in the room? Yeah.